Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Baha Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And peace and blessings to all the brothers and sisters out there that's watching, listening, and learning. All right, so I've been meaning to do this video for quite a while now, but this video is going to go into how the Maroons of Jamaica are actually Levites, right? The Maroons of Jamaica are actually from the tribe of Levi. Then we're going to go through the history, why they're even called Maroons. We're going to go into the history of that. We're going to go into some prophecy, and we're also just going to go through the Bible just to prove that, right? Which the Maroons of which the Maroons of Jamaica, right? They're a tribe in Jamaica that rebelled against the British and the Spanish. As you can see, that I pulled up right here, the first Maroon War, right? And the tactics that they utilized to fight against the British, right? Because that was mainly who they defeated, right? Also the Spanish too, but it was mainly a war between the British and the Maroons, and and the Spanish came and stuff like that, trying to take them down, but it didn't work. But the warfare that they utilized was guerrilla warfare, as we see right here, right? It says during the first Maroon War, the Maroons used guerrilla tactics to inflict greater losses on the colonial militia in terms of both manpower and expense. In 1730, Soper led a large force against the Windward Maroons. But once again, the Maroons, led by Nanny and Quayle, defeated the militia, which it says led by Nanny, which Nanny is a woman, Queen Nanny, who we're gonna go into, right? Because she plays an essential key to defeating or the defeat of the British. Okay. Oh, yep. And here we go right there again, right? The first Maroon War took place periodically between 1728 and 1740. And the Maroon leadership during this conflict featured Nanny of the Maroons, who was known for her expertise in guerrilla warfare. See? Right? And just going back up here, going back here, since the name Maroon was given to these Africans, right? And for many years, they fought the British colonial government of Jamaica to their freedom. It says the Maroons were very skilled, particularly in guerrilla warfare. It was followed. It was followed about half a century later by the Second Maroon, right, which they were giving it to the British, right? They were rebelling against the so-called white man, right? So boom. So why is it that this guerrilla warfare is important? Nakawan, why do you keep on emphasizing it? The reason why I keep on emphasizing it is because the Haitians, right? The Haitians, those brothers and sisters that are on the island of Hispaniola, that is sharing the island of Hispaniola with the tribe of Simeon. You have this brother, Louverture, right? Louverture rebels were trained in guerrilla warfare, militarily military tactic that broke away from the traditional styles of fighting. The Haitian slave army took advantage of their small size and knowledge of the island to successfully conduct raids and ambushes, surprising their enemies at every turn. You see, so even the Haitians used it, right? Just emphatically proving that the Maroons and the Haitians, they are the same tribe, which is the tribe of Levi, right? So they both utilize guerrilla warfare, and they successfully defeated the enemies. Now, what other group? Now, what other group of men used guerrilla warfare to to successfully delete to successfully defeat their enemies? Yeah, delete too. Yeah, and deleted them. Who else used it? Who else used guerrilla warfare against the so-called white man? Which this is the earliest, which this would be the earliest, what's the word I'm looking for? The earliest evidence of guerrilla warfare being used. The Maccabees, the Maccabean revolt. Judas's campaign, which you will read this in the Apocrypha, right? Judas's campaign in the countryside became a full-scale revolt. Maccabean forces employed guerrilla tactics, emphasizing speed and mobility, and they are Levites. Okay, the Maccabean brothers are Levites, and they are the ones that led Israel into defeating the Greeks. Right, Hanukkah in the Hebrew, a Jewish festival of guerrilla warfare. Right, that's what they used. That's what they utilized. See, it says, in fact, right here, right? It says, in fact, Hanukkah is one of the earliest examples of guerrilla warfare. You see? See that? And we see how the Haitians utilized it. And we see how the Maroons utilized it. Why is that? Because it was passed down. It was passed down to those brothers and sisters, right? It was just passed down naturally to them. They naturally utilized it. So there's no disputing that, right? Them Maroons of Jamaica, they're Levites. Now, why would they be in Jamaica? Why is that if they're not in Haiti? Let's go here. Let's go ahead and read Genesis 49. Right? Let me start verse 1. It says, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Right? Which we are currently in the last days. Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Now, the reason why it is pinpointing Simeon and Levi being brethren is because they both occupy the same island of Hispaniola. Because all the tribes are brothers, right? All the tribes are brothers. So why is it? Why is the Bible specifically pointing out Simeon and Levi being brothers? We're all brothers, right? It's because they are neighbors to each other. They're occupying that same island. Right? Verse 6 it says, O my soul, come not thou into the secret, unto their assembly, my honor. Be not thou united, because on that island they are not united, which I can do a video on that. Right? The Haitians hate the Dominicans and vice versa. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Here's the point. Cursed be their anger, right? Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. You see that? So the tribe of Levi scattered throughout all the tribes, which I'm going to pull an example of that in the book of First Chronicles 6. First Chronicles 6, and I'm going to start at verse 57. It says, and to the sons of Aaron, they gave the cities of Judah, namely Hebron, the city of refuge, and Libnah with her sons, with her suburbs, and Jeter and Estimoa with their suburbs, and Hilion with her suburbs, Deber with her suburbs. Right, just further proving how the tribe of Levi scattered. Right, they're scattered within all the tribes. This is the Most High giving them different cities in Judah. Right, but peep this, verse 59, and Ashan with her suburbs, and Beth Shemesh with her suburbs. So it says in Ashan, right? Ashan is a city in Judah, right? That the Levites occupied, a suburb in Judah that the Levites occupied. Now you may be asking, okay, so what? Ashanti, which is a tribe in West Africa from the Akans, right? The Ashanti tribe in West Africa, they are Levites. right? They are Levites. And the Levites occupied, this is where they get the word Ashanti from, or the name Ashanti, right here in the Bible. The ancient Levites, or the Levites of old, occupied a land named Ashan, and they carry that name through generations, through generations, through generations. Hence why you have an Akan tribe that's in West Africa, that's in Ghana, named Ashanti. And through the spirit, Queen Nanny is from the Ashanti tribe, right? She's from the Ashanti tribe, which further proves that she's a Levite, right? That just further validate the point that although she was brought to Jamaica, she's a Levite. Number one, because her father is Ashanti, and Ashantis are Levites, right? Number two, because because of her expertise in guerrilla warfare, which the Haitians utilize, which which um which the Maccabees utilize, right? Which is a blessing in the Bible, which we're going to read, right? And they successfully beat them, right? Because there's one thing of rebelling and then you lose, but they rebelled and won. The Maccabees, the Haitians, and the Maroons of Jamaica, right? Somewhere it should say that she's from the Ashanti tribe. Yeah, so she's from the Ashanti tribe of Jamaica, and these Maroons, they live in Trilani, which is a suburb, which is a suburb from or a suburb in Jamaica, which is through the spirit because that's where the Levites got. The Levites all living in the suburbs, right? So boom, we done with that. Yeah, we're really done with these. Oh yeah, and here goes Ashan, right? Here goes Ashan. This is an unknown site and domain of Judah, all right? And it was given, and it was given to Levi. Oh, which I have this book right here. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I have this book right here, literally right next to me, right? Hebrewisms of West Africa. Now I'm not too sure of the price because I got it years ago, right when I first came in to the truth. And I'm going to read page number 60, right? Now, where does Ashanti derive from? This is a book. This is a primary source right here, right? Hebrewisms of West Africa, right? You can easily buy this. It says the very name Ashanti has itself a strong Hebraic flavor. For while some would derive the word from shan, the name of a plant, and tea, to eat, claiming that the title must have been acquired in time of a great famine. When they found when they found sustenance in the plant in question, there is mere guesswork. Actually, the termination T or T in the names of West African tribes has usually the general meaning of the race of, the men of, the children of. This would make Ashanti the people of Ashan. There was a fact, a town of the name of Ashan in the domain of Judah. Priests were in residence there according to the first book of Chronicles, where the word is spelled Ashan, though in the corresponding passages of Joshua it is spelled with AIN, which the Jewish encyclopedia suggests may simply be a corruption of Ashan. You see that? So it says the primary meaning of the Hebrew word Ashan is smoke, and it is used primarily of a burning city. And secondly, figuratively, of the destruction of Israel. The latter meaning would be significant and certainly applicable to fugitives from the destroyers of Jerusalem, right? Hey, but the point is, this is where This is where the term or the word for the name Ashanti came from. Right? It came from a city of Judah, which the Levites were occupying. Ashan. See? So boom. So just further, validating who they are, right? So now let's go into this article, right? The Maroons and Jamaican heritage, right? And it says here, go up, right? This is talking about Queen Nanny, right? The leader of the first Maroon War. I'm gonna start up here, right? It says Kweo, Akampong, and Kofi, among other Maroon leaders, are often mentioned in discussion of Maroon history and celebratory activities. However, the female Maroon leader, Nanny, has acquired a superior position in the heritage of Jamaica. Nanny is known for her elusive presence, fierceness in battle, and obeya skills that have attracted much attention. Nanny's existence have often been questioned because of her elusiveness and incredible obeya works she performed. She performed has also attracted debate. Watch this now. Nonetheless, there are accounts which speak to this in memoirs and anecdotes of Philip Thickness, late lieutenant governor. For instance, reference is made to Nanny as Old Hag. Now, this is somebody that's talking about Queen Annie, right? So this dude, lieutenant, a this late lieutenant governor, I referenced Nanny as an old hag and has a girdle around her waist. Okay, so what is so significant of a girdle being around her waist? A girdle, a girdle around her waist. Who wore girdles? The Levites wore girdles. Let's go into it. This is Exodus 28. I'm going to start verse 1. It says, to take thou unto thee with a high priest, right? But it says, and take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, and for glory and for beauty. Jumping down to verse 4. It says, and these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate and an ephod, which you have a brother, which I have. Let me switch my screensaver to that. All right. Shanti priest. Look at that. This is an Ashanti priest right here. Look at that. He got the breastplate on. It's a Levite. So it says a breastplate and an ephod and a robe and a embroidered coat, a mitri, and a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. See, that's what the high priest, they wore girdles. And here goes this sister, Queen Annie, wearing a girdle. See? Why? Because it's in her spirit to do so. Why? Because she's a Levite. Hey, shoot, who knows? She may have been a daughter of Aaron. Never know, right? This sister. And these slave rebellions, right? Which, when you take a look and analyze the Exodus, right? The Exodus, that was a slave rebellion, technically, which was led by who? Who? Levites. Moses and Aaron, sons of Levi. Successful too. When you look at the tribes of who successfully defeated their enemies and slave revolts, they're all Levites. Every single last one of them. They're all Levites. You see? And that's the blessing that the Heavenly Father gave to the tribe of Levi in the book of Deuteronomy 33 and verse 11, right? Let me just go up, right? Verse 8, it says Levi right there. So just showing you that this is talking about the Levites for context. It says, bless Yahweh his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, that they rise not again. When you go into it, when you go into the first Maroon War, man, them Maroons put the British to flight, that they rose not again. They came with hella treaties. They came with hella treaties, man. They folded. They folded to the Maroons. See, look at this. It says it right here. Hold on. It says it right here. It says British forces were unable to establish control over the whole island, so a large portion remained in the hands of the Maroons. Why? Because they couldn't defeat them. They could not defeat them. Let's see. Yeah, they were just attacking them left and right. See, here we go right here. In 1739 to 1740, the British government in Jamaica recognized that it could not defeat the Maroons. So Trelawney offered them peace treaties instead. You see? They're like, yo, we cannot defeat these guys. They said we cannot defeat these guys. We can't do it. We can't do it. We can't defeat them. Why? Well, let's go back to Deuteronomy 33 and 10. It's like verse 11. It says, bless Yahweh his substance and accept the work of his hands. It says, smite through the loins of them that rise against him. Yeah, so the British rose up against the Maroons, right? And of them that hate him, that they rise not again. And they didn't rise again. They said, look, man, we can't defeat them. So let's just go ahead and wave the white flag. And that's the blessing that the Heavenly Father gave to the tribe of Levi. That's why you see multiple slave revolts, right? Multiple successful slave revolts happening. And oftentimes in Jamaica, you always hear about Maccabean Bible in Jamaica, because those are Levites referencing the Maccabees. That's where they got their influence from, the Maccabees, because that's their brothers, that's their forefathers. All right. Hey, so now, especially on that, yeah. So now I looked up my last name, right? Now my last name is Watang, right? Watang, right? Which this is spiritual. It's spiritual right here, right? Now you have different people that submitted different meanings, right? Since two people agreed, the name Watang is of African origin, means humble person who is holy to God, which is spiritual because the Levites are made holy to the Most High, right? But also this right here. A user from Ireland says the name Boateng is of Akan origin, which is true. Boateng is from two words, boa, meaning help, and tene, meaning straighten or upright. So the name literally means help straighten. And what was the job of the Levites? The job of the Levites was to help make Israel righteous, right? To help Israel be upright by doing what? Teaching them the laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's go ahead and get that. Right? This is the book of Malachi. This is the book of Malachi, the second chapter. Right? Malachi 2 and verse 7. It says, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge. And what is the knowledge according to the Bible? The law, statutes, and commandments. That's Deuteronomy, the fourth chapter. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this. Verse 6. It says, the law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn away, and did so watch this, and did turn many away from iniquity. That's talking about the Levites right there. Which again, my last name means what? To help straighten up, to help people turn to righteousness, is what it said, right? And what was and the tribe of Levi did what? It says the law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity, because that was the priest's job, right? Verse 7, it says, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, which is the law, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahweh of hosts. Why is that? Because the priest's lips is supposed to keep knowledge, because they are supposed to be teaching the Israelites what to do. All right. Yeah, so yeah, that's it on that. You know, hopefully, uh, yeah, hopefully you brothers and sisters were edified by this, and I'm just going to keep the edifying videos coming.